Hello everyone, my name is Josie Byers, and for my presentation, I asked to what extent or how should schools teach healthy coping skills. A quick overview of my presentation was that first I want to identify why we need healthy coping skills, why is it so important to teach students this? Second, what are healthy coping skills, how can schools incorporate them? And the last is overcoming any barriers or restrictions in my plan. The need for healthy coping skills. Only 30% of teachers in the US, K through 12th grade, have some incorporation of financial education or mental health awareness in their lesson plans. That means that 70% of them don't even discuss it at all during the year. And with 80% of students reporting they feel stressed sometimes or often, and 34% saying that they feel depressed, it is so crucial that this is more prevalent in schools, judging how this is where students spend the most of their time during the day. This stress may be due to family difficulties, social media, others comparing themselves, or academic pressures to succeed and do well in school. This stress, however, can then result in anxiety, depression, but if we lower stress levels, it of course increases academic performance, overall happiness, and result in much better students. To connect quickly to my stimulus packet, in their own words, Resilience Among Haitian Survivors of the 2010 earthquake highlights how important coping skills are. Survivors that faced really traumatic experiences needed these coping skills to get past it. And Migrant Mother shows how these coping skills can affect people, especially during the Great Depression, how important they were to persevere. Now, what are some healthy coping skills? A coping skill is defined as the methods a person uses to deal with any stressful situations. The three that I looked into were exercise, mindfulness, which I really stressed on, and communication. There's a big stereotype that exercise has to get your heart rate up and get you sweating and be a big run, but there are so many different forms that can help release stress as well. Things you sometimes wouldn't expect, swimming, gardening, yoga, these are all amazing forms of exercise. Now, how does it actually release your stress? When you work out, your body releases endorphins that naturally elevate your mood, and they are painkillers for your body. Similarly, it lowers the stress hormones in your body, such as cortisol and adrenaline. Lastly, when you're working out, it distracts your body from any stresses of the day and gets you focused in on the present moment. All of these combined is what helps lower your stress levels after you end up exercising. Now, the main bulk of my presentation is going to be on the different meditation and mindfulness practices, as this is what I was the most interested in. To start off with meditation, it is way easier than most people might think. It does not have to be 30 minutes of dead silence, you thinking about nothing. There are so many different forms. The three that are kind of simple and broad and can be incorporated by anyone at almost any time are a body scan, gratitude, and reflection meditation. The body scan involves you lying or sitting down and simply starting at your feet, observing any of the sensations and how your foot's feeling, what's touching your foot, is your foot comfortable, things like that, and slowly working up your body till you reach the top of your head. This just increases your mind-body connection, gets you focusing on the present moment, and does a similar thing as exercise does. Gratitude could be at the end of the day thinking about all the things you're grateful for and taking appreciation for those things. And reflection could simply just be reflecting on your day, how were the emotions you were feeling that day, what happened that day, things like that. All of these, as I said, increases your mind-body connection, gets you in the present moment, and will reduce your stress levels. Now, just to list a few benefits of the meditation. Obviously, it manages your stress, increases your self-awareness, puts you in the present moment, it increases your imagination, your creativity, your patience, your tolerance, improves sleep quality, lowers your heart rate, greatens your attention span, greatens your pain regulation, and these are just to name a few of the many benefits just to see what's out there. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the different journaling methods. Bullet journaling could involve making a to-do list of things you want to do during the day or at the end of the day to keep you focused. Artistic journaling could be anything from scrapbooking to making a vision board, or emotional release could just be writing about your day and what happened that day. Lastly, to go into the second part of this, I'm going to talk about how schools can actually teach these coping skills. They can teach them by incorporating meditation. This could be a quick 1 to 2 minute meditation before every day. I know there's one teacher at CSM that actually does that. Also prioritizing physical education, making it mandatory. The middle school also does that with requiring PE. Offering counseling services to students, and overall just creating a supportive and welcoming environment for everyone. What are the barriers to this solution? Now, the main ones I saw were lack of resources such as money and time, cultural differences, and disagreement within parents that might not feel like this is important enough to be taught in schools. Now, in terms of lack of money and lack of time, prioritizing things like this, like mindfulness, can be so cheap and can require so little time that there are definitely ways to overcome these barriers. Like I said, doing a quick meditation before class, no time, not a lot of money, and it's a great way to incorporate things like this into your day. Cultural differences. There are so many different kinds of breathing exercises and journaling methods that there will be something that is available for everyone. Similar with disagreements, if we can communicate this to parents, show them how important it is, then I think we'll be able to overcome that as well and lead us to better schools. Now, to conclude this presentation, I want to stress that students learn the most at a young age, and it's so critical that this is taught in the younger grades, K through 3rd grade, but even high school, because this is something they will take with them through the rest of high school and through college. And if we incorporate these 4 things, meditation, exercise, journaling, communication, if we can prioritize, incorporate them, teach them, and communicate them, then we will have much better schools and students that know how to manage their stress and teach others coping skills will result in much better students overall. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. And first question, did your research go in a different direction than you originally expected?
Yes, originally I was just focused in on the mindfulness and the breathing exercises and coping, but after finding so many different alternatives to managing stress, such as exercise, communicating it, I also wanted to bring those in as well.
Thank you. And lastly, what additional questions emerged from your research and why are they important?
Yeah, additionally, I wanted to further look into how this could be incorporated into schools and how supportive teachers would be of incorporating mindfulness and different exercise practices into their day, because that's super crucial on understanding what the right solution would be in going about this.
Thank you.
Thank you.